Superman Returns was not bad by any means when it first released in 2006. However, there was hardly any action and lacked the thrill you'd expect from a major blockbuster film. Singer set out to create a more emotional Superman story, but ultimately, it did not work out. That's why after the release of the film, Singer and the creative team had a unique vision for a Superman Returns 2, one that was much more action-driven while still exploring Superman's place in a contemporary world. After the events of the first Superman movie, a distress signal is sent to Earth. The signal comes from Krypton, making many people believe that there could be survivors on the planet. Superman then sets a course for Krypton, taking a few years to reach the planet. According to a deleted scene, Superman arrived at Krypton. However, unlike the dreamlike world we saw in the Donner films, Krypton here is barren, eerie, and dead. Superman cannot find anyone alive. The planet has been completely destroyed, becoming a hollow husk of its past self. Superman autopilots his ship back to Earth. However, unknowingly, he had attracted the attention of an all-powerful alien. Cut to the events after Superman Returns. We find out the island Lex Luthor created using Kryptonian technology didn't fully get destroyed after Superman hurled it into space. In fact, it kept growing and eventually became a pseudo-satellite. This Kryptonian satellite then attracts the attention of Brainiac, who tracks the satellite signal back to Earth. However, he takes on the appearance of a Kryptonian to trick Superman. From here, Brainiac and Superman have a conversation about Earth. Brainiac is curious on why Superman does not solve the world's problems. Superman explains that he could. Still, he took an oath with his father not to interfere with human history and development. Brainiac heavily disagrees with Superman's mentality, causing him to independently help humans by intervening in wars, bringing upon world peace, and offering them technology and medicines that solve many problems on the Earth. Brainiac is someone who will force the world to become better no matter what it takes. It's a far cry from Superman's approach. Brainiac's approach to helping the world makes him vastly more popular than even Superman himself. In fact, the people of Earth actually turn against Superman as they realize that this whole time he could have helped them solve so many of the world's problems, but chose not to. This idea of Superman beginning to be seen as old-fashioned with a new hero coming in to serve as a better substitute is similar to the comic What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way, which is a story that also explores the idea of Superman becoming old-fashioned within a world where a group of more radical heroes come in to try to replace him. In the Superman Returns plot, Clark grows distrustful of this new hero, beginning to question if everything he told him was really the truth. Superman investigates Brainiac's ship in secret, and here he discovers the ultimate terrifying truth. Brainiac is not a Kryptonian. No, he's actually an ancient AI from Krypton who was responsible for the destruction of the planet and was the only other Kryptonian to escape. We come to learn that Brainiac is an individual who goes to many intelligent alien races, introduces them to highly advanced technologies and revolutionary medicines. He brings the society to the pinnacle of what they can be. He destroys that world and then moves on to the next. Superman confronts Brainiac with this news, and they engage in a climactic epic battle. It seems Superman actually defeats Brainiac pretty easily, as he's not nearly as strong as Superman himself. However, Brainiac constantly transfers his consciousness into clone bodies on the Brainiac ship, meaning that Superman will eventually be physically worn out. When Superman finally defeats Brainiac's last body, Brainiac makes one last desperate body swap. He sends his consciousness into the mind of Superman's son, who rapidly ages into adulthood. Superman must now fight his own son. Superman must now choose whether or not to sacrifice his own son for the greater good. There's also rumors that rather than jumping into the body of Superman's son, Brainiac would have created either Doomsday or Bizarro to fight Superman, likely using his cloning technology.